There are 2 spots up for grabs for the first Masters event of the year, and today we'll find out which EMEA team will be the first to qualify for Masters Bangkok. Hello everyone, and welcome to the final week of Kickoff. We are coming to you live from the Riot Games Arena in Berlin, Germany. I'm your hosting, so I'm joined by Kakuka once again, and a very special guest, CNED. Welcome to the studio.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to excited to watch the games.
I wonder who you're supporting today.
Yes.
Just a little
Heretics.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, also good to have you back too, Kakuka.
I mean, yeah, I'm always happy to be here. I think that it's going to be a very exciting week, and probably the match that we have today to open could be the best out of all of the regions.
Yeah, the games are cool, but I'm very excited to have you here, CNED, and also some of the other guests we have over the next couple days. We're starting with CNED, and we're then gonna get another duelist from Na'Vi. I felt like we could have maybe done the trifecta by getting another one perhaps, but we got Koala Noob tomorrow, and then Sadak to finish us off on the grand finals day. A lot of imports here, Kakuka, all of which didn't make it as far as Les.
Yeah, exactly. Les is the only import that we have standing still in the tournament, but hey, it's good. They can give us their perspective of how it is to come into the region, to see how we play here, and see and tell us what it's like to lose against us.
Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions for them or for CNED today as well. I'll try my best to kind of look on social media and let you guys know. But for now, make sure to represent your region, and by that, our region, of course, and support your favorite teams with a new VCT 2025 season capsule. The capsule contains the VCT Karambit with 5 chromas representing the 4 international leagues and the VCT teams, 4 regional player cards, and 4 Gun Buddy as well. The VCT 2025 season capsule is available now in the in-game store and will remain available until the end of Masters Bangkok. And the season capsule also furthers Riot's mission of supporting esports organizations financially, with a portion of the proceeds going back to every single team in VCT. I know, CNED, you've copped it already. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah, it's look really good.
Yeah, you're rocking it. You're rocking it, ranked. I also saw that Trent on social media said that the Americas one was better. And honestly, Kakuka, I don't know what he was talking about.
I've seen them both in game, and I have to say, I'm going to be completely honest with this. I am not the biggest fan of some of the colors. This in game looks unreal. It looks so good. This is the kind of is the kind of Karambit that you're not going to get tired of.
Yeah, and also I feel like, you know, other regions are going to be trash talking us like, oh, ours is better. They're wrong. They are wrong. But let's take a look at the bracket and schedule for Kickoff, for the rest of Kickoff, because it is the final week. We do have a top 4. CNED, are you surprised that this is the top 4 teams we got, or did you expect this?
I think I expect only Liquid to be not here. Like, I think the other 3 teams, like Vitality, Heretics, and Foot, I think they were strong before the Kickoff start. Like, everyone was expecting them to at least be top 6. But like, about Liquid, I'm not sure.
They snuck their way in.
Yeah, somehow. Like, I'm happy to see Team Liquid also because they managed to change things very quickly within the tournament. Probably some people expected more from the likes of KC because of what they delivered last year and the lineup that they presented. But this is our final top 4.
It is. I'm kind of with you guys. I feel like this is a lukewarm take to think that this was going to be the upper bracket final. Am I right? And I've also seen a lot of discourse, people saying that this game is very, very exciting, which it is, because the winner will be the first team to qualify for Masters Bangkok. But also, Kakuka, they've never won a title. Yes. So the winner probably has a really good chance of winning Kickoff.
Oh, I am so sad because I feel like for Heretics, last year was just doomed in that sense. And Vitality's looking so strong after the performance that they had to close out the year. How they're looking this year, how they're still staying very true to the fact that they are a super team, whether they like it or not, it is what it is.
Yeah, and CNED, you've faced almost all of these players playing today. And you would remember last year when Vitality made the final of Stage 2. Are you surprised that it's taken this long for either of these teams to like win a title in EMEA?
To be honest, for Vitality, I wouldn't say like last year they deserved the title, but Heretics I think deserved. Like, they had a curse, what we talk about, like 2nd place curse.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they deserved last year. Maybe they will get the first one this year.
You've just cursed them.
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we were seeing right there, and from what happened last year, Vitality has a pretty flawless record against Heretics. Heretics will be the ones changing that history if they are to win today.
And it's not just Vitality, right, that has this good record. It's the fact that they managed to go above Heretics with a roster that on paper, Kukuka, was weaker, because right now they're looking like a super team and they're performing like a super team.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that this is the kind of Vitality that we were expecting. I know that at the beginning of the years, there's a lot of expectations. And I feel for the past two, it wasn't the nicest in many other regards. But Vitality is looking like they could be the new promise for EMEA.
Yeah, when it comes to the super team, a lot of people say it's because of less Durka and Safe. And I would like to disagree with that, because Trex and Kicks have been putting up numbers, and this is what they had to say a little bit earlier. I'm now joined by the super flex duo of Team Vitality. It is Kicks and Trex. Now, we're going to do something fun. Today, I'm going to give you guys a couple of statements, and I want you to vote yes or no with your paddles. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Nice. We're going to start very, very simple and easy. Playing smokes is fun. Okay, you had to think about that a little bit. I'll come to you first, because you went straight no. Why not?
I mean, just no. It's no explanation needed. Like, if you say like in pro plays, maybe, but in ranked, definitely not.
Oh, okay, so it's more of a ranked thing. Okay, you went for yes in the end.
I mean, for me, it's the opposite, actually, because in ranked, you can just pick Clove every game, and it's fine. And it's like the best agent to play in ranked. And in pro play, it's like 50-50, because like if you get to play Omen and fight, it's fun. But if you're playing Astra or maybe even Brimstone, it can be a bit more boring.
Is there a reason why you guys kind of divide up like the Brimstone Omen duties between you? Do you ever wish like you could play both?
It's just like, honestly, it just comes down to like specifically every map and like specific agents, and like, you know, sometimes it fits more that someone has to go a bit more on like an off roll, so that everyone else is more on like a comfort pick, and it makes more sense. And it's like no one really has an issue of, you know, having to change their role for one or two maps. Like.
All right, love that. Next one, I think this is probably the easiest question you're ever gonna get in an interview ever. Durka is the best player in the league. Oh, it's not that easy? Oh, okay. Oh, you gave me a Was there another player in your mind that you thought was better
I agree.
Oh, you agree? Okay, what about you, Trex? That was a very
I
fast.
mean, I said yes. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, why is that? Why do you think Durka is the best?
I mean, he's been the best for like a couple of years already, so I think he's still up there. Yeah.
Still consistent.
Yeah,
Still consistent on Team Vitality. Now, next one. Flexing in Valorant is easy.
Nah.
All right, I mean, as two people that do have to flex a lot, I'll just ask you, what do you think is the most difficult thing about flexing and having to play so many different roles?
I mean, for me, it's like playing different agents comes like at a cost. Like for me, I have like super clear strengths on specific agents, but then when you have to flex in a team and you're playing off roles, like you kind of lose sometimes like this value that you bring, and it's hard to do it consistently on every agent, you know, like every role has these specific like strengths that you have on them, and like if you're playing off role, it's like you can't always bring what you want to bring. Like you can't bring your A game, so you have to adapt, you have to
sacrifice
as well, and then on top of that you're playing a different part of the map, a different part of the way, and it's like that as well. So there's like a lot of like struggles when it comes to flexing.
I feel you. And Trex, what would have to happen for you to play your Raze again? When are we going to see that again?
I mean, maybe it's gonna happen soon. We don't know. I feel like in this team, especially, we could come to this idea again, because I think we have like good people that can flex around with a lot of agents. So yeah.
How much do you have to fight Durka and Safe for that? You feel like?
I think it's gonna be hard, but I think we can try it. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that. And very quickly, lastly, you would consider your year a failure if you don't make all 3 international events this year?
I mean, from my perspective, I would say no, because like personally, I have zero expectations coming to like every match, so I would say no. Yeah.
All right.
I'd say no as well. I mean, like it wouldn't be a failure. And like all 3 international events is one thing, but like champs is obviously the most important for everyone. And like, I mean, first of all, actually taking like every tournament, like just like one game at a time, you know, like that's the idea of the team, you know, like we don't want to look forward into the future, like 8 months ahead that we have to make every tournament and win all of them. And it's like taking one tournament at a time. And then of course, at the end, champs is the one that you really want to make it. So
we will see indeed. But thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you guys make it to Thailand this time around. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a lot to unpack there, but I'm just going to jump straight in with some of the role things that we're talking about. Kukuka Trex there does not like playing the smokes. He says it's not fun. I'm sure, CNET, you can relate a little bit there. But do you think that's going to be a problem if they do make a global event where they have this kind of the smokes being divided up between all of them?
I don't think that it is a problem, and I like the fact that they do not see it as a problem. What Kix was saying, I think that his response was perfect. Yes, it is difficult, and sometimes you give up the min-maxing, the being the best in your agent, just because you have so many things on your trait. But this too, and the way that they have been performing, especially Kix, is out of our minds. I think that yes, Vitality is a super team, and we expect the likes of Safe and Durka to just be clicking around unless, you know, has already made a name for himself. But these two are the actual game changers in everything that goes behind.
Yeah, CNET, it's not easy to just play Omen every now and then, right?
Yeah, I know that feeling, you know, when you're the list and sometimes you have to play different roles. Like, I think it depends on the team chemistry, you know. So in every team, like, everything can change, you know. So sometimes you have to play initiator, but you have to sometimes be smoker. So yeah, it depends on team, I think. So I'm not going to say smoke is not fun, but you know, sometimes you have to play and you enjoy the time.
How underappreciated do you think players like this are? You know, the supportive initiators and the flex players.
Like you mean
underrated, underappreciated?
Yeah, like I think so many of them, like even in tier 2, like there are so many support players which doesn't get valued, like getting undervalued, and their supportive things doesn't get enough appreciated, basically.
Well, I can tell you, I think that this year, by the end of it, we're going to be celebrating Vitality because of these two and not because of the other 3.
I disagree, because Durka be Durkin all over them. Because you heard it from them. Them saying that, like, oh yeah, our teammate is the best player in the league is not a hot take. CNET, what do you make of Durka's performance so far?
I mean, I play against him like 4 years already. I mean, so yeah, he's very consistent player and still like competing in the top level and still putting up frag. And he looks like going like this. And Minibu is just, I think, if I say new, it's not going to be wrong. He needs to, like, I think, like more experience in the matches, and I think he will be the, like, if he keep this number up, he will be also like one of the best players.
That's the question, though, right, Kukuka? Can Minibu replicate the consistency we see of Durka? It's not easy.
It's very difficult because it's Durka that we're speaking of. It's not nobody else. He has made a name for himself throughout the past years. And if we take a look at this graphic, and if you actually look at the heroes in the bottom, we see a Minibu that still has not even touched that Euro that's become so popular. Last year, it was all about Minibu's Neon. And actually, when it was not there, you could definitely tell when Heretics were struggling. I want to see Minibu looking onto that. I want to see him, you know, feel comfortable. We know that the beginning of this tournament was a little bit hectic for them. I want him being better and proving that he is ready to the international event.
Yeah, and CNET, it feels like every good team does have a good Yoru player.
I think they need one.
They need one?
They need one.
Should Minibu do it?
I think he's enough like talented to play Euro. Maybe it's, you know, team decision.
Oh.
So I can't judge him because not playing Euro.
Yeah, we'll see indeed, because this is it. A spot for Masters Bangkok is on the line, and it comes down to the 2 super teams of EMEA, the ones you expected to be here. It is Team Vitality and Team Heretics. All right.
With me.
This is for the first EMEA slot at Masters Bangkok. Other teams from other regions have already secured some of their teams and representatives, and we are yet to find out whether it will be Heretics or Team Vitality that makes it through today. The loser will have another chance. They will be dropping down to the lower bracket, so no elimination for now, just now, so don't worry, fans of either of these teams. But let's take a look at the map vetoes here. Both teams have kind of had a bit of a permaban coming into this, and Pearl and Split being taken away. CNED, not a massive surprise, but why are Team Heretics picking Abyss?
I think they prepare something. They had to be, because Vitality Abyss shouldn't be like underestimated.
Are you surprised that I mean, okay, this was my map 3. Maybe we'd be sitting here like, oh, it'll be a very interesting map to finish. But Heretics, they didn't look very good against Gentlemaids. Neil Zinho said that they didn't even crack Abyss before Gentlemaids. That was the first time they even played that comp on that map as a team. I mean, they haven't had a lot of time to practice this. Do you think this is a risk at all, CNED? Is there another map maybe they could go to versus Vitality?
To be honest, I was expecting maybe Lotus, but I mean, as I said, they prepare something. If they trust themselves, I mean, they pick the map, so they have to trust themselves. So we will see. Maybe they prepared very different, something different.
Could be a surprise.
Yeah,
right? Could be a surprise. But what isn't a surprise is that Haven. I mean, they run the Fnatic comp. We heard it from Safe. They stole it because Durka firmly believed that he could make it better. And CNED, there's no need to change that comp right at this point. So the players on this team, they can play it perfectly. We got the Safe on the ISO, Durka on Yoru, and it looks great.
Yeah, their aim is really sharp, and they have enough confidence to play that comp, because this comp is not, looks easy, looks simple, but in the game it's not work like that.
Yeah, and would you look at that, CNED, Miniboo heard us. He's playing Yoru for the first time at Kickoff. I mean, is this a nice choice, you feel like, on Haven?
Yeah, it's for example, you are starting A, you're putting your TP to C, you shooting on A with Yoru, the VIT operator, and you instantly TP to C. It's very simple trick, and it's I think works a lot of times, because people not expecting you to move around map that so quickly, so you can catch the people with the operator or with the gun very easily.
He could be very annoying.
Yes,
it sounds like.
yes, it's
and
annoying.
How annoying is Tejo?
It's Agent is annoying, his rockets, I don't want to talk too much.
Seen as beyond the receiving end of this, but it is going to be Boo on the controller here. VUT on that Tejo, I feel like this is something we wanted to see, right? This makes sense for them.
Yeah, I really like how VUT play Initiator, but they change in some maps, but see him to again in Initiator. Maybe he will drop some 40 bomb.
Oh, okay. CNED has faith in him. I want to know if our casters even here, have faith in them as well. Kakuka and Mitch, over to you.
Thank you very much, Yinsu. Yes, we're standing by for Safe Super Team and Los Niños to face off down on that stage. Pleasure to have you here with me, Kakuka.
My pleasure. What do you mean Safe Super Team? Is it just him? Is he the owner?
He's got all the pieces he needs. Let's see if he can put them together down on that stage. I'm excited for this matchup. Usually I'd ask Tom how he feels about it,
but
who he
since Tom
thinks
is
will
not
win.
here, let's talk about Miniboo going on that Yoru. I think this has to be one of the most exciting, and we're jumping straight into action.
We absolutely are. Barriers are up, and the game has already kicked off as we get in with Team Heretics on that defense, as you pointed out, and as we talked about on the desk. You've got that Yoru. This could be exciting, but Durka and Safe, one hell of a combination there, bringing to bear. And already, Vitality have made it through the B site, deep into the spawn, where they take Benji Fishy down. Team Heretics down a player and chasing that spike over to the C site. Nice shot from Les.
Yeah. Spike's gonna go down.
It's an awkward fight for Trex. He thought he had the timing with the smoke, but he can't quite get there. And Heretics, the 3v4, but it's not an easy fight.
No, not easy at all with the spike already down. They had decided to go all together. Try to take the fight, maybe isolate some of the players.
Big problem brewing, though. Look at Durka. He pushed up late B mid, catches Woot, and now leaves the C site with just one angle of approach for the defenders. Gate crash gets him back to long, so he's with his teammates. 4v2 and a firing squad with time against them. It's an impossible round for Heretics. It should be, and it proves to be. Durka with a big three-piece to put one on the board.
Yeah, as we were saying, this head-to-head between Durka and Minibu cannot get more real than this. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And probably that is going to be Durka on that Euro. Beautiful round for them to just go on the aggressive, onto B, then just move on to ceiling, plant the spike. Very well measured. Just having 1 kill guarantees you the plant. And you just play for the easiest post-plant that you can have. Very clean for Vitality. We know that they looked amazing on this map, but we also knew that Heretics expected Haven to come up.
Well, the preparation will be put to the test already. 1 round down, and Vitality showing us that they've got a little bit of a water workflow to it, moving the path of least resistance in that pistol. I like the versatility on display. Defensive side, well, they don't have a lot to purchase. It's all classics that they're bringing through. So I like the fact that they're just going to group up and try to use numbers to their advantage, see if Vitality fall into their trap on the A side.
Yeah, the only one having more utility is Wood. Can obviously save it, but he can also do some damage or force some duels from the side of Vitality if someone decides to be too curious. Looks like Les is going to be, but he only has a ghost with him. Did he see him?
Oh, well, certainly suspected. Still, the weaponry not quite there. Spamming through the smoke with a classic, not ideal. And the C site has been well and truly taken. A simple walk-in from the side of Vitality. As this, I mean, you want to call it a fake. It was just a group of Team Heretics players grouped up on A pistol sent to test the waters, and a free C site take on the back of it. It's tough for Heretics to do anything of value, but a couple kills, and maybe it could be worthwhile.
Hey, they could do some damage here.
Nice.
Never mind, Derek is on the other side.
Yeah, range with the classics, but here, 2 up close, they're able to drop one. From here on out, any loss is a rifle gone. Vitality brought 2 pistols. If Boo can make it, 1 extra body on the floor, but it's certainly a tough task. Reposition being spotted already, but there it is. Hey, you know what? All things considered, decent second round for Heretics.
Yeah, I was watching the Vitality comms video this morning, I believe, because it jumped on my YouTube, and I was surprised to see how proactive they were and how mindful they were of like getting the orbs for the ultimate. Yes, Dirk gets 2, but when he goes down, he's also enabled his ultimate for this bonus round that could definitely be a difference maker. So even though we see them taking this kind of risks, the reward is massive.
The fact that he's the one picking up those kills in spawn, that he had a 3K in the pistol, that he's gone down as well. Yeah, it's gotten him that ultimate. And of course, in a round like this, where there are, well, some disadvantages, Vitality still come in with 4 rifles to play with. You're at least going to be able to add a little bit extra. He has faked it. Durka has faked it a one straight through! Behind enemy lines! The goal to make that play! Unbelievable! In the upper final, no less. Oh my goodness!
What in the actual hell?
Pretended to be his decoy.
I thought we were never going to see someone do it. And then Durka, on the bonus round, when he has his ultimate, and it is the perfect moment, because why would he do that?
Would he? He has his ult, of course he's going to use his ult, but no, it's Durka! And he's picked up another 3K. Oh, can Minibu match up to this, man? Well, the task just got a little bit more difficult.
He's smiling. This is over. It's over. I know, it's just a bonus converted.
Oh, man. They've got to be fuming. They tagged him with the camera. They see him walk in. They're like, no one's stupid enough to do that with a rifle on their bonus with his ult. The only ult they have. Oh, man. Well, Team Heretics.
He had one chance to do the funniest thing, and he did it.
Oh, well, look, if he does that a second time...
Oh, why didn't we get the coach cam? I would have loved to see Niels and Weber's reaction to that.
I think they were chuckling. I think they sometimes you got to take a step back and laugh at yourself. Yeah. Well, it's quite a big punishment off the back of a ludicrous play. Durka still has ult. Heretics don't have a lot to fight with, but they're making the best of it. Less down already. That's an opening pick for the side with the Sheriffs. And last time they did just group up on a site with those weaker weapons. Vitality need to be cautious wherever they go.
Yeah, and it was also Les the first one to go down in that instance in that second round. They're taking their time, but slowly starting to work towards A. The drone coming in from Rians is not going to spot anything. Second drone from Wood. A lot of information for this defense. Still not going to spot anything.
Vitality cautious, as we said, but it's given the window a little bit of time for Heretics to rotate in. They've got 3 players on A. They're ready to roll as the flash comes in. a stall for a moment. Miniboo is here as well. Flash popped on the other side. They're hearing a lot of presence. And Vitality don't like what they're hearing. They're running the other way.
You also expect this kind of like fast rotations, but watch out because Boo could have a massive kill here.
The ultimate didn't spot him. I didn't see him look left.
Nope.
I think they walked right by him, but Boo has unfortunately assumed that he was seen. Of course he did. No way to know that he had flown under the radar. Nice shot, 12 seconds. This is getting a little scary. Boo buys time. The rest of the squad is here. The spikes on the back site needs to be planted. It needs to be planted now. All they have to do is interrupt this plant and the round could be theirs. They've done it. Kicks is down and Tricks cleaning up, but it doesn't matter. It's too little, too late.
They try and run the clock as much as they can. We expect, as I was saying, those quick rotations when the weaponry is not that good, but having your player, having Durka going with the ultimate, having the spike on him did not guarantee an easy plant after he went down. Boo with that position and this shot, and the rest of the team just coming in. Also, who was the last one? Was it Rians? Was it Benji? Who stayed alive? Because that's also very important. They were 1 pixel away from losing this round. That's a way to get back into the game. That's a very beautiful pace of character.
This game will get your heart pumping. Miniboo's gone in. Reveal was behind the smoke. The punish is instantaneous, but Kicks, well, he kicks back with a quick 4v4 reset. And Heretics, well, they want to make up for the ground they've given. Remember, it's a stack up on A early on. They had those 3 players, still 2 sitting around with no idea where the hit is coming in. The defensive side is a lack of info, and they have to make up for that with someone like Benji Fishy pushing way up, pardon me.
Yeah, same goes for Les in the mid part of the map. And now with this 4v4, Safe is not only going to try and get that over, he's also going to get that kill onto Benji Fishy. Their rotation is instant. Apparently now, even though we're already down to 50 seconds left, still another decision to be made. And if you're Vitality, you do not want to run out of time again.
Show me a target. No, that clock is going to be in the back of your mind, that's for certain. Moving towards this A site. The best option really for Heretics. It was for a moment, but Woot's being pulled in to a fight that he would rather avoid. Safe on the other side, and he's taking him down. The shield couldn't save him this time. Reveal, and Woot's still alive. Okay, he's dealt with very quickly, and any resistance on that site has been whittled down. Vitality 3v1. It's Boo, spotted up above, tagged up, holding on to life by a thin thread. He needs a kill. He needs someone out of position. A miracle in front of our very eyes. For now, he is just biding his time, allowing them to think that he's rotated, getting his smokes down, fakes the TP up top.
He's out.
And he's bailing. Time to save that weapon. Maybe keep them there so they can die. Oh, back in. Just when I thought he was out.
Just when you thought he wanted to keep that on to the next one, is the 4th for Vitality up in the score. And now I wanted to see, did Safe did not get that kill at that ult, did he?
I don't think so. No.
Because I remember him being absolutely flawless. What we are going to have is a timeout coming in from the side of Heretics. Yes, there's been a couple of, let's say, walkie rounds, but I think it has to do with the information that they're gathering at the beginning of the round, how they're moving, what Vitality is doing, how passive they are being, and how they can also take advantage of those situations. Probably having the conversation on what Benji was doing, when or why he should have or should have not pushed, and so on.
Yeah, it's also one where they come in with 4 ultimates, somewhere you want to make sure that you're putting those, not just putting them all into this round, and especially because you won't have a lot to work with. So we find an opening pick, what are we going to put into play? And see if there's some opportunities they can make use of. But for now, it's looking quite likely to be a 5-1 start for Vitality. 1 round 1, an immediate double loss. It's not ideal for Heretics. They're going to be trailing for a little bit. And here on this map, somewhere that you expect that they know they're going to play, it seems like it's only a matter of time before the tides turn in this matchup.
The tides? There's
no harbor.
No
yet.
harbor here, yeah.
Hey, maybe a spoiler for Abyss.
Yeah, I'm so surprised that they actually picked the Abyss. I am telling you, I don't think Vitality expected that one.
Okay.
I understand the level of preparation, and of course, they are the teams that they have not had to play back-to-back in the weeks, and they can actually make use of the time. But picking an Abyss? That is something I did not expect.
Well, maybe there's going to be a benefit, a reward to it in the future. For now, we're stuck on Haven. That's what Heretics are thinking. 1 round on the board. And a chance for 2, not looking likely right about now. Vitality, They've got some ults of their own. Trex with a Hunter's Fury. But it's the weaknesses that they're up against. You don't expect to see anything thrown into it. It should be an easy round for Vitality. But you can see the patience that they're displaying. Heretics have been all in. Yeah.
You have to. Yes, a couple of stacks in some eco rounds, but right after a pause with that many ultimates, you have to consider that something has to be coming your way if you are Vitality. And after that first wave is completely wasted, let's say, it was gone by, both rounds are out. It's time to walk on to B.
It appears to be. They're just going to step right on it. Flash being avoided. Heretics are ready now. Units on the side. Flash, peek, mini boost down, and good idea where these players are. The info being given to Safe, and he's not quite capitalizing with the third, but you know what? Maybe he didn't need to go in for that one. Flash dodged as well. I was seeing a round where Rian's just pops off and makes it costly, but one player in the ground, that's fine for Vitality.
And it's comfort, right? Because we speak about them taking the time. Yes, are you going to do something? I will be waiting, I will be reacting, nothing's coming. Okay, we go back to probably what was the plan also for the first round. Guys, this is still working. They're able to isolate this fight. Yes, this
Bro, I cooked
coming
them.
up now.
I thought they were sitting in garage or something.
This is the important round for Team Heretics. If they want to take this map, if they want to put up a fight, it has to start right now.
It's a bad sign. You see Safe feeling confident. He's got the read on him, waited outside garage. Once the util was popped, he was in there. Perfect timing. In a round where they've got pistols, it might not matter that much, but if Safe's got a read on your buy rounds, you're in big trouble. Already, we're seeing Durka take that space on B, destroy the trap, and, well, deep committal. We're going all the way in. Hunter's Fury traded out on both sides. Rian's barely dodges it, steps back into the fray. Heavy traffic, but he doesn't find himself flattened before the cost is paid. He's put it down to a 4v4. He's dropped the spike, has to be retrieved. But for now, it's almost like Safe is trying to use that spike. That like these players would start to peek into B and he could take him down. Patience, though, from Heretics till now.
Second time that the spike is on a difficult situation for Vitality. This time, though, they're going to be able to retrieve it. Circuit just walks onto it. Still has to go down.
Yeah, they still got to plant that. The gate crash might have gotten him out of dodge, but Safe's not in the same position. Getting out a little bit more dangerous and impossible as we see Vitality move to the C site with their remaining players. One man down. Miniboo hunting them deep into the spawn. Takes the gate crash. Now that's in the back of Trex's mind. There could be a player there. It's going to mean eyes are looking in different directions. You're diverted, and they'll look to take advantage of that chaos, but Heretics running into less find themselves at a huge loss. It seemed like they'd done everything. They thinned out the players on the site. They pushed together, but it wasn't enough. And now Woot has a 1v2 utility against him, reveal from Trex. Not even fired in yet. He at least has his util to force a fight, and close as it may come. Vitality continue to climb.
And Wood almost does the most amazing thing that we could have seen. Things that I like, things that I did not like. This ultimate coming in from the side of Heretics, knowing that Miniboo also has this ultimate, I would have liked to see a little bit of a combo of both because I feel like they were both wasted. Same with this one going onto side. This positioning from Les, this quote-unquote like off angle, knowing that you've used that Armageddon. Yeah. That's it. That's Save's reaction to what Les just did. Force him into taking that duel, dodging a very easy flash to dodge. Easy to dodge flash. I did not like that from Team Heretics. I think that the pressure might be getting to them.
You can see it. It's certainly building. Oh my, that's an opening. Benji straight onto Durka through the cage. Tries to step through the smoke, and it's a different result entirely. Boo, though. Just to escape for a moment. Shot through the wall is good. Another shrouded step. He is sneaking around this site, but the shock darts hunt him down to 13 HP. And a bullet quickly puts him to bed. This round, dangerous as it may have looked. The weaker weapons on Heretics can't quite pack the punch they needed to. And they're now facing down a 7-1 deficit. Los Niños, they're going to need a solution real soon.
Yeah, and we were talking about the ultimates. 3 are going to be available. This round was just, mere coincidence. We were just here. We had to do this quickly. Yes, some players go down, but the economy has grown so much for the side of Vitality that losing players is just orbs going your way. As I was saying, 3 ultimates, and you're not going to believe it, but this is the second timeout from Team Heretics before round 9.
It is crazy, especially for a squad like Heretics. They always have answers, sometimes to questions we didn't even think would be asked. But now they're going back to the drawing board, consulting the coaching staff and hoping to find a solution, but it is not going to be easy. A 7-1 lead for Vitality. Everything's working. Durka was on fire to start this one out, and then the entirety of the rest of the squad stepping up. Safe seems to have a read on every play they're going for.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I do not envy the Heretics coaching staff right now. They have a tough job.
They do, absolutely. I think it's this map for Vitality is a little bit like KC and Bind. They're just good, man. They're just good. Like there are some things that we cannot fight against. Yes, you still want to find that solution, and especially think about the important rounds, which is, for example, this one with all the buy. If you want to get some numbers up, if you think that maybe from the attack you're gonna have an easier time, maybe what you planned was not as good. We see A being pretty empty, especially with the Tejo and how much you can force the duels. I can understand that Vitality is not going to for that control.
Well, this really sucks for Team Heretics. They called their second pause. They're coming in 7-1 down. They're facing off against the Yoru and ISO. Oh, that is dangerous usually. Durka just walked in. He just popped his flash and ran in for the fight. Fair enough.
It was actually Kicks and less taking the damage for that.
Well, you don't want to stand behind that guy. That is for sure. He's drawing fire as his Kicks. He's being finished off by Boo, but Boo can't escape. Tries to get out of there with the Omen ability. And back into the shadows he goes. Safe as sent and packing, and the advantage sits with the attackers. They've even got the A site on lockdown.
Spike's gonna go down. Les is gonna be looking behind and probably finding the first ones.
Safe, in fact, now waiting for Les's trade. Beautifully set up, beautifully executed. And Rienz is left with an impossible situation. Hey, look, at least we've seen ultimates used by Vitality, sure, but all of those things, it's not really the silver lining you would think coming out of round 9. At this point, 8-1 in the lead. We're into the late half, and it could be the late game at this stage. We could be very close to the end. And for Heretics, hey, maybe that's the best case scenario. Quick reset and move on to Abyss.
Yeah.
Let's hope there's more to it than that.
Yeah, exactly. For context, and people that did not see what happened on the first week that Heretics was playing, that Abyss, apparently they played it. It didn't look good. It was against Jenselmates, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember Mini being on the Euro, and it was just beautiful to see how good Jenselmates were doing, and then just Neil told us that they couldn't even practice it. So for them to be peeking onto this Abyss as the second map has to be a very good reason. Again, I love the fact that Vitality now decides to go onto A when they have abandoned it for so many rounds.
Let's hype it up a bit, yeah.
Let's hype it up.
Hype it up a bit. They're 8-1 in the lead.
They're about to qualify to an international event, and they're just like, let's just make this interesting, guys.
8-1
We're here for the show.
Hype it up,
We
guys.
had Durka fake a clone on round 3, and he wants to make it more high.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice shot from Rienz. Kicks put to bed off rip. Barriers just went up, and one of the players from Vitality went down. Now, Heretics, they fall back. We've seen them with patient play, sitting and waiting, and that's very much the name of the game now. 3 players on this A site, Bea, and it looks like they're still going to go in. Vitality showing no fear and showing no weakness either. Benji manages one from above. Rienz, the third man on the site, not expected, despite his kill earlier. The chaos, well, it wins it out for the other side. Vitality may finally have tasted defeat.
Yeah, look at the spike there in the minimap. Again, we see the circumstances where the spike has to be retrieved, and the weaponry, even though not the best for Team Heretics, it's enough to grant them their second round. Very similar to the first one. Well, it's not over yet, is it?
Oh, come on now. 2v4, I mean, you're right.
Yo, Les
Benji and
is
Wu.
clicking today. Les is more today.
Les has been on fire. Some of the players have pistols. But, yeah, too big of an ask. And to be honest, Heretics at this point, they are not going to let this round slip. You know, sometimes you see these 2v4s won because someone wants to go out for the peak a little early. If anyone makes a mistake here and gives away the game, you're going to have Neil screaming at you. He never raised his voice.
Not really, because he used both his timeouts. So
no, after the
maybe
game.
Later.
Between this map and the next, he's going to take you into a private room and just explain exactly why you shouldn't have made that play in a very calm manner. 8-2. Finally, Heretics are able to move off that one round, but yeah, the distance between the two is significant.
It's significant, and again, it's not like we've seen a very dominant performance. Yes, his first bullet, but Rienz is unfreaking real. And the trade in here, in the rest of the side, how they went back to defend it, had the utility ready, kind of a little bit attractive Vitality of, come here, you know, you've already taken a duel, why don't you come onto the side and fight everything that we have ready for you?
I don't mind the idea, to be honest. It was perplexing to see them push in that quickly, but you rotate, you give another rifle to your opponent so you know, or mix bought that round. Big push. Heretics are going in for it. I thought after the smoke down and utility, Miniboo falls back, but he sits around for a while waiting for that pick. It doesn't come though. Vitality, they're keen to pump the brakes as well. Watching mid, have a trap outside C. No need to hurry on the attacking side.
Absolutely not. They want to look back at B because of what happened in previous rounds. First drone used. Still have Rian's one. They're all very close to the ultimates as well. Benji, Wood, Rian's.
This, I mean, it couldn't be any better, could it? Heretics, they try aggression on A, they get denied, and what do? They go back and try aggression elsewhere on the map. Hopefully you can have a flank, something like that. They move to B, 4 players there, and then they realize A's wide open, no noise is being made, and they've walked right up. Durka, though, trying to find out just how much space is being conceded. Ends up losing his life. Hunter's Fury thrown in, that's a kill. Now a 5v3. This situation, much more winnable than before. In fact, Vitality on the back foot and in need of a hero. The decoy is going to catch them off guard. Kicks might do well up close, but Self and less, in fact, just less, need to have the round of their lives to pull this one off. Heretics are storming the site, smoke on the plant, and defuse very much underway. That's the round tied up in an eco.
And this was just capitalizing on Vitality's mistakes. Durka keeping pushing, someone waiting for that push, getting that kill. Very good ultimate from the side of Rian's and just taking the easiest duels. If I'm Vitality for this, what is it, 1 round left, I'm just not gonna go A, man.
Yeah, at this point, you might be making the right call. We've seen weaknesses. We've seen the run through B to C. We've seen the C hits. And it feels like, yeah, last couple rounds, Heretics definitely have that read on A. They had 3 players set up on the site with some weaknesses, and they're able to win the round. This time they had nobody on the site. They're still able to win it. A has certainly been solved. Let's see if they've discussed the C site hold. Vitality in the final round, looking to test this other side of the map. The shot landed. The wall is the only thing keeping Boo alive right now.
Slowly but surely, they're pushing with the operator. First shot, and he just TPs back onto spawn. He wants to keep that or just... He's actually going to give it to Safe. All right, didn't see that one coming. Show me what you got. Come on.
Like we said, Safe's had some pretty good reads so far. I feel like the calling for Vitality has been on it. Heretics have started to catch up last 2 rounds. But if he has a read on where you are, and he's got the op to take you down, well, I'll certainly put stock in someone like Safe landing that shot 9 times out of 10.
They walk in B again. Boo using his ultimate to clear C long. Gonna find anything.
And the B side's been overrun. The noise is heard, though. Heretics quick to react. They've seen the operator. They know it's in play here. Shield up. Safe's looking for a fight. And in fact, keeping himself safe from the ultimate that was in play. Armageddon, though, doesn't force anyone out of position. A slight fall back down to mid, down to the window. That's all that Vitality did, but the op is still very much in play. It looked the wrong direction for a second. Having to dodge some more utility. It's a nightmare. You got to be on your toes down here in mid. Vitality are losing players. The spike, for all they know, could be defused as we speak. That's why they use the Hunter's Fury. But now, another tap on the spike. The shots through the smoke are not landing. And with that, a 4th round is secured for Team Heretics. This one hell of a recovery towards the end. It's not quite over yet.
Amazing the performance that we've seen from Boo. I feel like he manages to have a lot of impact in every single round, even if it doesn't go their way. But hey, let's take a breather because a 4-8 game's still on.
Welcome back, folks. 8-4 to Vitality, but it was a streak of rounds that made it look like we were in for a very quick map. Luckily, we found the pulse of Team Heretics towards the end. The heartbeat was there. Let's see if they can make this a little bit more competitive in the second half.
Yeah, and as we jump onto the second pistol of this map, Vitality was very convincing on winning the first one on a map that is probably going to be one of their home grounds for 2025. Let's see if they also have a plan with this one, if they're going to be a little bit more passive and just play for the retake. Let's see what Heretics is bringing onto the table.
Well, the barriers are going up, and it's time to find out. See if Heretics have any fake decoy strats up their sleeve. Big push in mid, 2 from Garage, but they don't even get through the doors. Heretics quickly putting a stop to that mid push and finding themselves in a 5v3 as a reward.
And in a 3v5 situation, Vitality is just going to wait, maybe regroup, but Team Heretics, they can't expect aggression coming in from any place on the maps, so they decide to just walk together, clear every corner. Timing could be crucial for them. They decided to maybe, just maybe, end up on this A side.
They have heard that stealth drone up on A, I believe. Not sure if it was, or maybe it was shift walk the entire way. We'll see. It certainly seems like Vitality are suspicious of this side of the map. They've got players here, but the shots aren't landing, at least not in their favor. Trex has already found one in the head, and Les turns his back at the wrong moment. Beautiful spacing and timing from Benji Fishy. Kicks now left with an ace in a pistol round. We've seen it before. It's doable, and he's dropped Mini Boo to start. But plenty of players standing against him. Uses the smoke to isolate an angle. Steps back, hoping to force a mistake. He's given himself the opportunities, or rather he's given his opponents the opportunities to hand him a win. Unfortunately, they fire a bullet his way instead.
It is on this A side that we also saw Team Heretics showing the discipline that they've built, that they have to not take some risky duels, to actually remain calm in these situations where sometimes it feels like it's all won. But as we were speaking about, and probably expecting some aggression for the side of Vitality on their defense. Save and Durka, they usually are very individually talented and get lucky sometimes. This one was not one of them.
No, it wasn't. And with that, an 8-1 lead becomes 8-5. We could see them down to just a 2-round gap, and what a recovery that is for Team Heretics. Mini Boo, well, everyone he's up against is rocking the no shield setup. Should be nice and easy to take them down. He lands a headshot to start with, and all the while his team are just waiting behind that smoke. Not sure where they want to take it, and aware that Vitality are likely to have stacked up. I mean, that's exactly what Heretics did in these rounds on their defense.
Just clearing up all the space, obviously with both the Sova and the Tejo. They have a lot to work with in terms of drones. But of course, they want to be a little bit more passive, give Vitality a little bit of time to do something else. Benji has all the timing onto Les.
Again. Oh. Well, Les looked the right way this time. That's one drop, but it is similar to what we saw from Vitality. It's the player with practically nothing, with just a pistol, who's sent out to have a look. Mini Boo might have a pistol in his hand, but he had invested into a sniper, a Marshall, that now lies on the floor. Another kill would be very beneficial, and Kicks has landed it. Okay, now there might even be a better weapon for him on the floor, and a 1v2, very winnable. Boo tries to be the thorn in his side, a sneaky spot tucked in the corner. I like it.
That's a freaking Phantom.
He's very much upgraded. I mean, this has gone from a impossible round to certainly winnable.
Team Heretics decides to play together.
They've heard the smoke. Ah, there we go. Yeah, once they hear that smoke, they sprint around the corner. Catch him before he gets in it, before things get a little dicey, but good attempt nonetheless.
Hear me out. Game on 6-8 after the first half that we had, where Vitality looked like they could do anything and everything that they wanted in the map and with any team that wants to play against them. Now there's only 2 rounds apart. This is when the round guns start for the side of Vitality, when that aggression is also going to be accompanied by very good weaponry. Yes, pick your Phantom, do not forget it would. Speaking of, I like the way that he is using the Tejo. Like, he's being very abrasive with it, just breaking the timings onto when Vitality wants to take charge of the situation.
I think seeing a lot of it, some reactive utility as well on defensive side. Here on attack, it is much more I guess standardized in how you're going to use that. Essentially, if it doesn't go up at the start of the round, you've got to really wonder what have they got planned, because it's just free space taking. And here you can see it denies that control over short on A, and now the hold on the A site is interrupted. It's not what it should be. And Boo's able to sneak into a corner, giving them a chance to catch someone off guard. Although I see he's just being forced back by a drone. A walk up by Benji. He's just picking a spot and walking up his butt. How did he get out of there? He was revealed. How did he get out of there?
I need to see his POV. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
That was a double ping. A double ping. And he got out. What is going on? I don't even think he got shot at the first time. Anyway, Safe is now down. That's a nice fight for Heretics. The A site usually has 3 people on it. This time it's a little lighter. It gets panic out of Durka, who has to quickly rotate into position. Trex has already used a lot of his utility, firing in a shock dart just for good measure, but it's the bullets that are going to do the work. He's forced back into the hands of Miniboo!
Down A.
That's a 4-piece off the bat and less. Well, he is going to be wishing that he had a reveal for some of these boys. Not sure what he'd do with it, but it would help. There's 3 just sat on the site, and it won't become 2. Nicely done by Heretics. 1 round away.
1 round away and a bonus converted for them. The same fate that Vitality had on that first half. And what a performance from Mini, but also not, you know, staggering and not freezing at the wrong time. Okay.
Oh, there was no need to put that in. There was no need to. I was working on some challengers, and EBS never did that. We had whips. They never
listened
showed
to me. They listened to me.
Here we're so mean, and I love it.
I request so many things to these people. They listen to me, Mitch.
Shout out EBS, but they will throw you under the bus if you make a mistake. Let me tell you. Early on, barriers up, and a fight is already brewing. Durka is being tagged up by the Taeho utility. He's being shot in the arm as well. The man is beaten and bruised. And finally, he will leave that A-long position, but they get nothing for the damage that they've taken.
Want to be proactive, want to be a little bit aggressive for the side of Vitality, at least deny and get that Orf for Safe that is now 1 away. Not going to decide to push. So Benji had his utility there, just moving back. Still 5v5, as you're saying. Durka's not in the best health. But this rounds, man, these eco rounds.
Surely not a round where Vitality can pull the win out of nowhere. Heretics have everything to work with. Already, we're starting out with the ultimate from Miniboo. He's spotted 2 players now towards that C site, and they have ran back. There's a reveal. The player inside of smoke. They had vision, they couldn't land the kill. Just coming out of the ult, but still the site is taken, and the plant should be secured.
He's just gonna back down. Plant is about to go down.
They're pushing in, they're taking the fight here, and now Heretics are out on top! Oh my goodness! It was only pistols they were up against, but you think that the numbers will play a role instead. It's an in-zone flawless, a cleanup.
Even trying to prevent the plant from happening was not good for Vitality this round. Now they're going to be the ones requesting that timeout. Yes, Heretics needed both of them in a time span of 8 rounds. Maybe Vitality needs something else for this defense. As we were saying, this is going to be an important round. People very close to very important ultimates. I think that there is night and day. The Heretics that we saw in that first half. Yes, Miniboo is already online. We were wanting to see how he was going to be used in that Euro, and so far he's delivering. Yes, the first half was there. It was there, but it's definitely paying its dividends on the second one.
Yeah, I'd say it's not even the second half. They weren't themselves in the first 9 rounds. After that, I don't know what happened, but they woke up. Heretics coming back, looking better, feeling better, and facing the Storm head on. Again, this was 8-1 down. They were not looking to be in any position to cast doubt into who was winning Haven, and instead, they could be taking the lead.
And do not forget the round that they lost. You know, like I think it was a little bit of too much overcook, Boo being on side. You remember it was the not getting the spike down.
Oh,
that's the first round that they got.
Yeah.
There was a point where we were 8-1, and that is the round that they had won. To be in this situation now, Heretics are looking even stronger than I thought they would.
Absolutely. Everything is firing. We've seen, I mean, again, we've seen
That's
Durka.
7 in a row now, look at that.
Durka, when we were starting this map out, when we were 4 rounds in, we were saying, well, there's no way Miniboo can match up to this, but he's being figured out. He's not getting that same space. He can't run into the site as a decoy. Or maybe he can. He hasn't tried it again since.
I think Vitality has not won a round since Safe said, let's hype this up.
No.
Yeah.
Could be right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were on 8. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they should hype it down a bit. Go back to whatever was happening before.
Plan A. We go back to Plan A.
To Plan A. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. B site take underway for Team Heretics. Plenty of players grouped up. We've already seen the decoy and the gate crash through. And with that, Miniboo's on site, making his presence known. It's a double. Boo is backing him up, and the brothers, they've got this one cleaned up. Even Safe's ultimate will not find any success, and another in-zone flawless. That is what puts Team Heretics from an 8-1 deficit into the lead, 9-8.
Oh, look at that head-to-head. Boo smiling and Safe. Not so sure that everything was working properly there. When Safe loses in the kill contract, that's when you know you might be about to beat Vitality.
Well, that's been the whole game as well, right? He's not had a lot of success when it's come to the kill contracts. He might be 2 for 3. But the first one we saw, same sort of situation. Couple with shots. He has been playing well, though, overall. He's been calling well, but now he's getting called out.
What did we do now? Is VALORANT contagious?
I think so. I think it's every time. I'm just saying we should push her call time back a little bit and see what happens.
This is probably her getting into the building, ready to cast game number 2.
I think the cab just pulled up outside. It's like we roll out the red carpet. This is it. This is our red carpet. But it comes at a good time, to be honest. You know, we're at that turning point of the game. We're 9-8 up, no doubt, for Vitality. They will actually take this as a moment to catch their breath, because it's got to feel like they've just suffered a serious case of whiplash down on that stage. They were in the lead. They were doing things like, I know we've said it 35 times, but the fact that Durka ran in as a decoy, that was a pace set of the game. We know exactly what tone we're getting, and that tone has shifted dramatically since round 10.
Yeah, and we need to see it again for the side of Vitality. Where's all that spirit, all that microplays, all that super preparation of this map, all the good reads? We want to see them back. And probably Save was playing without his keyboard connected, so that's why he couldn't win against Rians.
I could tell.
Right?
No, these things happen. These things happen. He'll get a quick turn it off and back on again, see what he can get done. But when we come out of this, you have to think that, sure, it looks bad. You're 8-1 in the lead, your opponents catch up, and now they take the lead. That's a milestone under their belt. The vibes are fantastic. Everything's working. And it's not like you've got a side switch coming up to save you when you go onto the attacking side. That time has come and gone. Now, you sit down on that stage and you face off against the reality, the facts of the situation. This is your map pick that you were dominating, that your opponents have now figured out that, as you were saying, Bea, we think is a mainstay for this whole season. And those building blocks, they're starting to show cracks. They're starting to crumble.
Yeah, and of course, the preparation that comes into this, probably this tech pause is going to cool things down also on the side of Heretics. I just think it's the timing, it's kind of good, because that is 8 rounds in a row for a team that was struggling to even find one in the first half, who's now is looking revitalized. Thinking of how Wood, but I think that everybody is emerging up pretty well. I love the Wood and Miniboo, like how Wood is using the Techo utility to just set up Miniboo and have easier kills, get him to feel comfortable in those duels, because when you're going up against this kind of nays, those first engagements, you might be shaky. But if your team is there for you, to support you, to make you feel more comfortable, to always give you the advantage to take them, has to feel good.
Well, that's it.
Brother.
I mean, like you're saying, taking a fight against pretty much any of these players, well, to be honest, on either side, but for Vitality especially, tried and tested at the top level again and again, and so many of those players have proven that they not only deserve to be there, but they're some of the best towards the top of the crop. You don't want to take those fights, but when your teammates are setting you up, when you're putting them on the back foot, maybe you got a chance.
And speaking about Foot, who did you have winning today?
And you're going to ask me to bet against Foot?
No, I would never ask that. I mean for this game.
Oh, for this game?
For this game.
I'm with Vitality. I think it's Safe has been in the scene a long time. And over that time, he's always had problems with teams, identity issues. He hasn't been in a system he fully believes in. This, for me, is Vitality saying, Safe, we believe in you. We're going to let you IGL. We're going to give you every piece you need to succeed. In the last couple of years of Safe's career, he hasn't been where he wants to be. This can be the difference maker. This is his
This could
best
be his
shot.
death.
It could be his only shot. If this
could be
doesn't work
his
out, it
death.
never will.
Forced out maybe to take the duels. They decide to retrieve back on the side of Vitality. So the location's going to be noted and then retrieved. Heretics is just going to start walking down again. Trying to get A-Log in control. Little by little, they have to be careful. Timing here is so important. 9 to 8.
On this, coming out of that pause as well. Give it a moment to sit in their emotions. Now they want to recapture that energy on the side of Team Heretics. They'll have to deal with Safe to bring this across the line. Miniboo already on a tear. Safe gets one, but then it's done, and the site has been overwhelmed. Yet again. Reveal out on long. Whether that's caught Dirk or not, I'm not sure, but he made a step, and that's being heard by Woot. They know about the flank. At least I think
They
they
have
do.
to wait. Like, sometimes the timings for Vitality have been a bit off.
Flash goes in, players out of spawn, but Durka being known about, they avoid him. Instead, fighting the spawn push, using their ultimates in play here. This is beautiful from Team Heretics. You'd think they'll fight the back, that Durka could distract them and the players coming from spawn could catch them off guard, but a perfect response.
And the investment is so little. At the beginning of the round, you use the guided salvos and the smoke, right? Retrievable utility that you're going to have. Same onto getting onto site, investing very, very little, and then Wood uses that Armageddon for when the retake is about to come in for the side of Vitality. You break that timing again, you isolate the fights, and you just do not give them a single chance to turn this around.
Wow. What a round from Heretics. I think the reality is that this squad, they come out of that pause undisturbed, unaltered. For Vitality, I think it's very telling. You look at the morale of this squad early on. They're sky high, they're feeling good, they're taking these duels. Now we're seeing a different face to them. We're seeing a much more passive play when they're facing that early challenge. We're not seeing the same level of aggression, of dominance coming out. We need to see them recapture that. This will continue to slide out of their control.
You just cannot take that fight, and you have to give up that space time and time again, because the style was like, literally, either you take a fight where you're most likely to die or you die to the damage. So you're out.
There is... This is the thing, right? This is what we've been talking about when it comes to Tejo, just how intrusive that utility can be. It has a fingerprint across the entire round. There's a deep push by Durka. He's straight up behind Heretics, and they did not have the read on that. Woot, having stepped back, gave the tiniest window. But that's one that they climbed straight through.
Now Vitality is just staying very passive. The drone, both of the Soba drones being used almost at the same time. Safe is going to break one. Going to start slowly rotating, but all the utility from Les is already awaiting on Ace and goes with Durka.
Getting past that util will be quite the challenge. The first is broken. Now they know that the play is coming in, thinking the guided salvo would keep Durka back, but he steps right into it. He is firing from above, but Heretics are firing right back, keeping this in a winnable position. It's Woot, 1 HP, and Trex just about eliminates him. This could be... Oh, it could still be the round. 18 seconds, spike down in the open. Rianne's conscious of the site, but Trex is repositioned. Vitality finally putting a round on the board. It was 8-1 when they won their last. Now they're trailing by 1.
I need to see a replay of that round. Not the beginning. Beginning was good, you know. Boo goes down. I want to see exactly what happens here on mid. Durka gets that. I want to see the kills that he gets. Amazing supportive utility. And also the usage of this ISO walls. We've seen it before. Love to see the trade in here. Too close for comfort for Trex to get that last one. And even them two isolating, just coming from different angles. Timing could have been so important. 9 to 10 now. Straight into action.
Guided salvo, it's not used right at the start of the round. A little bit of a different pace as they look to use it on the side itself when the push is coming in. Les hiding at the back with Durka, but up above the smoke, Durka's found one, supports on the back side, but it's overrun. Benji getting around the right side of the logs just in time, leaving Safe and Trex to attempt the recovery. I love the usage of their utility there. Safe makes them vulnerable. Trex tries to take them down with the shock dart. It didn't land for the kill. But his rifle found one, it's found another. Trex showing up when they need him most. He won the round for them in the last. This time, he may do it yet again. It's 3 ends on the other side, barely around the corner before the bullet whizzed by. He needs to be clean on this shot. They're both swinging. They've stopped the defuse to deal with that threat. Vitality, at long last, we're back in the saddle. 10 and 10, equalized. We've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, I love the change of tempo, though, coming in from the side of Heretics. They've taken their time, worked the map, work a lot onto A. Let's do a quick execute onto C. But this is something that Vitality were very good the last time that we saw them playing on Haven. As you were mentioning, in combo with the ISO utility and how they segment the site to get the best out of that retake. Beautiful to see from them. And also, look at all the ultimates that they now have available to play in this round. I still need to learn how to play with it.
It's okay.
It's difficult with this now.
Yeah, it's different than the one you have down on the desk. We don't get a little pen.
I've been fighting for that pen for the past 4 years, okay? Fight for your pen.
I will. The fight starts today. For Vitality, the fight started a couple rounds ago. They're back up 10 and 10, neck and neck. And now, rifles for both teams. As you said, though, Vitality have that ultimate economy in their back. Durka, he's walking up, and even though Boo is waiting, he will not be able to take that fight across the line.
5v4 after getting that, and Heretics apparently want to clear this space. Durka still can TP out, and so he will. Miniboo finds kicks. Use the ultimate before he's back.
Safe's done it. Yeah, he's won a fight in his ultimate's what we needed to see. Durka, oh, he just about survived that pop in the ultimate, getting information. Shock dart's good as well. Going down on long, an extra angle of attack. Everyone from Vitality is separated, segmented. They've got to win their own battles, but that's what a team like this save. Durka, Trex, they can do it. But Durka, he's lost his life on the site. They know about Rien's. They're conscious of Miniboo. But Miniboo, well, he knows where both these players are too. The spike has to be retrieved. 20 seconds to do it as well. It's not going to be easy. He slipped by. That's, well, it could have been a mistake. Luckily, he's got his knife out. And Safe has picked up a 4th kill in this round.
4 kill, almost halfway through his ultimate, only 3 orbs away from the next one, even though he used the kill contract on this one. Can we open his mic? I want to hear what he's saying.
It's a dangerous game with Safe.
Yeah, but that is 3 rounds in a row. After that timeout, things have changed dramatically. Big round for both of them. But still, Vitality comes out on top. Maybe the playbook for Heretics was not that extensive. Or Vitality have learned to not put their foot down.
Well, Heretics...
Same micro at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna walk it up, try to take that space.
Spot.
Force a fight a little later.
Same TP out.
They have seized so much control, man. That is gonna force a reaction from Vitality. You don't know anything about A. No control on C bar, the cam all the way down. That's at least patching in some of that info. And actually, that might stop them from stepping outside of garage. Drone certainly will. I saw Durka right, yeah, he knows it.
Thank God. To get out of that position, Heretics putting all the bullets onto garage.
Here.
Durka and Safe, they just want to regain this space. He wants to take the duel.
Nice shot. Vulnerability didn't even hit, but it didn't need to. Durka straight to the head with the first. And now Team Heretics, they lose control on that side of the map. Mid's open, they patch it in with Rienz and Benji walking up B. A fake that's taking place on A, and it has dragged 4 players into position. Cerebral play from Team Heretics. They still need to deal with with Safe, as he is sat on the site. The shield back up and online. The guided salvo will force him back for a moment, but okay. They try to deal with him. Just about. 33 health for now. It's got back up. It's the flank around by Durka. It's being caught. Miniboo, eyes in the back of his head. Spidey sense was tingling. Well done. Shots though. Oh, they're returned. In fact, it's Miniboo left to do it all. That mid flank, I thought, had put the round to rest, but instead he has to stand strong. Vitality could be pushing up to 12 here. 2 kills already, but the 4K will not be found. No Quattro Cat today. It is 12 for Vitality. They took their time getting here, though.
It wasn't bad, that Quadroga. Yeah, I appreciate it. But I feel like maybe Heretics is missing a little bit of that X factor of keeping pushing after the spike's gone down. I think that Vitality is doing well in that regard, and that's in the push in the map, so they do not feel they have enough space to do it. Yes, with Durka going for these kills and having that support, things are looking in a different way. But as you look, this isolated duels are mostly going on the side of Vitality, who will now have 2 chances, 2 rounds. Let's go, guys, to close this map and take it for themselves. Oops. We did we put the sound on that?
Okay, yeah, let's listen to them say. Why not? Kicks! It's huge! He's in the corner! This is the round that sends Heretics out of Haven, surely! The spike is down! Mini Boo's gone, and, well, the other brother, the last alive, but not for long! An in-zone flawless! But the map was anything but Vitality. They got there in the end. Heretics put up a fight, though.
It wasn't easy at all. I think that, yes, they wanted to hype it up a little bit, but they struggled. It doesn't matter. Yes, they are 1 map away from qualifying to Bangkok, but we saw the Team Heretics on day 1. They did not look very good on the first map. On the second one, they were revitalized. So wait right there, because we will see you right after the break.
I said it's gonna work on official, bro.
I love it because we're not insane like playbook.
Red Bull gives you wings.